Good morning, students. Welcome back to Mahila Samaja online classes. Today I will teach you class 7th NCERT Science Fiber to Fabric. Let's begin our chapter. We will fiber to fabric. We will learn that how fibers which we get from plants, animals, and chemicals are ultimately convert into fabric, which are clothes, bed sheets, curtains, etc. are made. Okay, so these are fibers. We get these fibers from plants, animals, and chemicals. Then these fibers are converted into yarns. Yes, these are yarns. You must have seen these yarns at home. So fibers are converted into yarn by the process of spinning. What is spinning? These fibers are twisted together. Several strands of yarns are drawn out. They are twisted together and they are converted into yarns. Then yarns are converted into fabric out by the process of weaving and knitting. What is weaving? Weaving is arranging yarns in a horizontal and vertical fashion. This is weaving. What is knitting? Knitting is bunai. So yarns are converted into fabric. Just fabrics are stitched to get clothes, bags, curtains, bed sheets, etc. So you understood the entire process. First we get fibers from animals, plants, and chemicals. Then fibers converted into yarns by the process of spinning. Yarns are converted into fabric by the process of weaving and knitting. And fabrics are ultimately converted into these items which is used in our daily life. Let's understand it once again. We get fibers from plants and animals, chemicals. These fibers are converted into yarns by the process of spinning. Yarns are converted into fabric by the process of weaving and knitting. And fabric are converted into clothes and many other items. By the process of stitching this table, you have to learn. This is the most important table in this chapter. Fiber to fabric. You must understand this entire process. Fibers are converted into yarns, yarns to fabric, and fabric to clothes or bed sheets, etc. Okay, now we will study about types of fibers. So we know that there are two types of fibers: natural fibers and synthetic fiber. Natural fibers are fiber which are obtained from plants and animals. Yes, so fibers which are obtained from plants are cotton, jute, coir. So coir is obtained from coconut, and fibers are obtained from animals woolens silks. So these are natural fibers obtained from plants and animals. What about synthetic fibers? Synthetic fibers are synthesized in the laboratories with the help of simple chemicals, and the examples of synthetic fiber are polyester, nylon, acrylic, rayon, etc. So in class 6 we have studied about plant fibers, right? We studied about cotton and jute. So in this chapter we will particularly study about animal fiber. Yes, we will study about wool, silk. So we have studied about wool, silk in this chapter. Okay, let's study about wool first. So before studying about wool is very important to understand why wool is important to studying about it. What is the special about it to wool fiber? The wool fiber keeps you warm. Yes, yes, your sweaters, your mufflers, your caps, your gloves, your shawls, and your bed sheets, everything which keeps you warm in winter. are made from wool fiber. So wool keeps you warm during a winter season. So now you understood the importance of wool. Okay, so the first question which we have understand is from where do we get wool? So we get wool from hair of sheep, goat, yak, and some other animals. We get wool from hair. It is also called as a fleece. The hair also called as a fleece. These animals have a thick coat of hair, and wool is derived from their hair of an animals. Now the next question is arise is why these animals have thick coat of hair on the body. Actually, this is a thick coat of hair act as blanket. Yes, animals have don't have a blanket, not protect them during winter season. Not protect them during a winter season. So it is a gift to them. Thick coat of hair protects them winter season from chilly cold. We Yes, the thick coat of the fur traps the hair, and hair is a poor conductor of heat. So these hair does not allow heat to lose from their body, and keeps the animals warm. This is same reason why we wear wool in winter and cotton in summer. Why? Because wool fibers trap air, and air is poor conductor of heat. So air prevents the loss of heat from our body to the cold surroundings. So we feel warm, and cotton is very thin fiber and cannot trap air. So cotton cannot prevent loss of heat from our body. That's why the cotton cloths are worn in summer months, not in winter months. So next question which we have is name some animals from which we get wool. Some animals from which we get wool are sheep, yak, Angora goat, Himalayan and Kashmir goat, alpaca and llama. Now I will you picture once again so that you do not forget them names. You have remember their names. So this is a sheep. We get a wool from a sheep. In fact, the commonly is available in a market is from sheep. Can you see the thick coat of hair on his body? Yes, from this is thick coat of hair we get our wool fiber. This is a yak, again very thick coat of hair. This is a Angora goat, thick coat of hair again. This is a Himalayan Kashmir goat. Now this is a llama. Now you will remember these names. So here you have listed these animals from which you get wool. Wool, sheep wool is commonly available. Wool in a market. The wool which we get from yak wool, and it is common in Tibet and Ladakh. Angora goat gives Angora wool, and it is found in a hilly region of Jammu and Kashmir. So Kashmiri goat, the wool which we gives very soft from, and from Kashmiri goat wool we get Pashchiman Pashchiman shawls. From this wool which we get from Kashmiri goat. Camels also gives wool. Alpaca and llama are also types of camel, and also found in South America. They also yield wool. Okay. So we studied that commonly available wool in the market is sheep wool. We will study about sheep wool in further detail. So sheep has two types of hair or fleece. The coarse breed hair or rough hair, and a fine soft hair which is present close to the skin of sheep, and the wool We know the wool which we obtained from the skin is obtained from the fine hair, not the coarse breed hair. So the fine hair provide the fibers or making a wool. Now we know that the fine soft soft hair which is present close to the skin of sheep are used to for making the wool fiber. So there are some sheep breeds which have only the soft under hair. There is no coarse breed hair present in these sheeps. So what we do, we will cross two parents with the soft under hair only, so that the child offspring also has only the soft under hair, because we want to only soft under hair, the coarse breed hair not to use to get the wool fiber. We use soft under hair to get a wool fiber. So we will cross two parents who have to soft the hair, that the child offspring soft under hair. This is called as a selective breeding. What we have doing, we are selecting parents, we are specially selecting parents or obtaining some special characters in their offspring is called as a selective breeding. Let's understand this way. Suppose both your parents are tall, they really okay, your father also tall and your mother also tall, so there is a height probably that you will also be tall. You only be short, it is high probability will also be tall. In this similar manner, if both the parents and both the parents of sheep have only soft under the hair, then child also have only the soft under the hair, and we need this hair under for under for yes, for obtaining wool fiber. So this kind of breed select a parent obtain a special character in the offspring is called as a selective breeding. Now we will study that which states of in India rearing and breeding of sheep carried out in Jammu and Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand, Arunachal Pradesh, and Sikkim, or plains of Haryana, Punjab, Rajasthan, and Gujarat. In these states are rearing and breeding of sheep carried out. So sheep are herbivorous animals. They generally feed with grass, common leaves, pulses, corn, jowar, oil, cakes, and dry fodder, etc. They are herbivorous.